Sup nerds, welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 90. I'm Sean, I'm joined with Chris and Brandon as always.
Alright, sup guys, this week's Omni4Game recap. We go over both locals as always. Sean tells us how he did in his regional. We go over reveals, and then we hit your guys' comment questions. So if you like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Alright, first topic, locals recap. I'm pretty sure I'm going first for Trinity, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I know I'm not going first.
We know we're not going first. Brandon was like, I can't wait to say that.
Just because of last week,
I mean, savor the flavor.
Hey, I'm savoring. The flavor is be slavoring.
So I had still been tinkering my Magnex DNA deck, and I think I flew a little too close to the sun. I also had some bad RNG and bad matchups, but I think some of it was also deck construction. So round one I got a bye. What a nice lady. Oh, she came in to get you to open it?
Chris is the nice lady.
Yeah.
Chris, you're a nice lady.
I'm telling you, she's milking this broken wrist. I'm telling you.
She's like, open this. It's hard. I got to buy round one. Gross. Round two.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah. Round two, I played against Chris playing Magna Armor. And it's not like any Magna deck is not a fun matchup just because the mirror is just really annoying.
They just stare at each other.
Yeah. And I didn't prioritize adding a Paladin mode to my hand during one of the games that I had the opportunity to. And I think that would have probably helped me because it keeps him from gaining immunity, and that's like the biggest issue. I ended up losing that one too. And then round three played against Bloom. And he's playing like an assortment of aces, which is also not a good matchup for me, especially when they like de-evo or like, yeah, a lot of them like de-evo because he's playing like Puppetmon and stuff, which isn't good for me.
And Zephiga, that one sucks too.
It's not a big deal if I have partition.
It's partition, yeah.
But the Puppetmon,
You have to have it, yeah.
Yeah, Puppetmon hurt. He ended up winning that, and I lost 1-2, and then I came in whatever place I came in.
So I got second place on Tuesday. Round one, I played against 7th grade Demon Lords, and it's like Sean already said, I'm playing Magna Armor. I ended up winning that one 2-1. I don't really remember everything that happened.
You high rolled in game two. I remember watching.
Yeah, was it game 2 or game 3? I absolutely just high rolled.
It was game 2 because he won game 1, I think.
Okay, yeah, game 2. It's like Sean said. I high rolled him like crazy. I just saw all my unsuspend Magnas. I had Davises on the field, and then I was just like fire rocketing stuff and just like
the game
unsuspend attack. Yeah, it was very
in like
quick.
A couple minutes.
I think even game 3 was extremely quick. Like I needed a few things to happen, and it just all went for me.
That's all nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, won that one, and then round 2 played against Sean. It's like he said, I got that one 2-1. My Magna is just always gonna be bigger than his.
Yeah.
That's just like how it works. I
also DP bonuses in your inheritables. He doesn't.
Yep.
Well, I also play
Island
of Adventure.
Yes.
Which is just like 2K, like all the time. So that also helps. We actually forgot it one game, and our like Magnus crashed, but mine should have technically been bigger.
Yeah.
But we both forgot about it. I don't think it ended up mattering. I ended up getting that one anyways.
Yeah, I think you won that game anyway. I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, and then round 3, I played against what I'm just like discovering is just a bad matchup for the deck because I have to swing into aces, and that's just like a problem for that deck because I can't trigger Magna's effect super consistently unless it's like on the turn he comes out or if I have like Island in my hand. And if Brandon has Omni, he has Omni, which just bottom decks my... Like, I could have as many Magnas out on the field as I want, but if I can't trigger their effects, they're just going to get bottom decked.
On that board.
Yeah, they're just going to get bottom decked. And for some reason, whenever we play He just always has it. I can't ever catch him on a bad night where he's like slamming his fist on the table saying, I only have metal Garus in my hand, you know, and like, I also have to hold the islands for if he tries to Melga me, like my entire board, so
Yeah.
it's like, I have to use it then and try and, you know, poke out at him and stuff. Yeah, so I lost that one 1-2. All pretty good games. They were all to the wire, I'd say. It's just if I can't kill him fast enough, which I think happened. I think he won game 1. I won game 2 because I fire rocketed my Magna, and I'm like, you're gonna die here, and he died real quick. And then game 3, if you can just see a couple pieces, it doesn't go well for me. I have to attack into his ace if he has it, so. Well, yep, and that's what happened, so I got second. Oh, Brandon's gone, isn't
He's
he?
frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, is he like just
He is
soaking in the moment?
This guy is just the worst.
So
they have fiber. They have fiber there now, don't they? Hurry up.
He said they were putting it in. I don't think he officially has it yet.
Yeah, well, he needs to go out there to those workers and be like, "Yo, just plug it into my house."
So I went undefeated. I did the exact reverse of what I did last week. So my round 1 opponent was AJ, the exact same thing as happened last week. This week he was playing Adventure. I'm playing Omni DNA still. So game 1 I killed him really fast while he was piece stuck. Like, he just wasn't seeing like level 4s and stuff. Game 2 he was able to set up 3 Arcourge United and just lasted me. Because it was just like a really back and forth game, but he had way more resources by the end of it. Game 3 he was forced to use his only ace, which happened to be War Grey. And unfortunately for him, I had BT21 Melga on the board, so whenever he was trying to delete it, I was just like, evade, unsuspend, and he was like, okay, swing, and I was like, okay, evade again. So I was able to, and that honestly like cost him the game, because he wasn't able to out it, because he was passing turn by swinging, because he was trying to alliance into my security. And then so during my turn, I was able to like double Melga swing. He didn't have any aces, and I just went into Omni and killed him.
Right.
Yeah. Round 2 was against Todd. He was playing Bloom. We kind of already talked about what he was playing. So game 1, he opened up really slowly, and I was just able to kill him and lock him out of the game with my BT21 Melga, best card in the entire deck. Game 2, he was able to like slightly pop off. He put up a Leopardmon and a Medieval, but he had to give me 7 memory to do it. And basically, I was able to burn like 2 Miraculous Mega Knights. He pops the first rookie that comes out, and I just played a second one to play another one. And then I warp into Omni, and then go into Alter B and just kill him. Game 3 against Chris, Chris probably already talked about it. I missed half of it because, well, you already know. So game 1, I BT21 Mega stalled him until I could DNA clear his board, and then Alter B for game. Game 2, he was able to like super aggro me super fast before I could even like start stalling him. Game 3, I bricked. Like, I hard bricked. But he opened up slow enough with only, like, 2 rookies? He went rookie in the back, rookie on play, and never saw another rookie after that again. You had to scramble one of them back.
I don't even think your deck can brick because you just hard drop level 6s. And you're
okay,
like,
I don't have the tamer?
I'm pretty sure
I don't
his
have a
deck
tamer?
can break.
No,
I
think his deck is a bag of bricks, but
I've never seen him brick before.
I've watched him not be able to play the game and be super mad about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I was basically able to swarm the board, and he wasn't able to do anything, even though he put up multiple Magnas. So basically I had like 6 dudes on board, and I was just like able to continuously like just keep chipping at him, and he wasn't able to do anything about it.
I was in such a rough spot, I had to scramble back my only other level 3.
He was in such a rough spot.
Back to the top of my deck, just so I could continue playing the game.
Dude, I hate it for you.
He was in such a rough spot. He had to hard play a 7-cost Magna from his hand, because he was at 7, because he had all the Davises out, but I kept stunning them.
Okay.
And Evo it into Magna X.
Dang, that sucks.
It was rough. Brand goes, "Oh, I bricked," as he's actually playing the game, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I'm just not seeing nothing.
It took me turns to be able to start playing the game.
It took you
My
2
opening
turns.
move was to hard play the taunt Greymon just to force his rookie to swing.
Yeah.
Because I opened up a tamer and I was like, all right, this is the best I can do. And my opening move after that was to hard play the level 4 Greymon.
Yeah. And then I can't answer your Digimon because I don't have anything set up yet.
Have you considered getting good?
I tried.
Yeah, for real.
Put any thought into that?
Alright.
We can go to TBS
Friday.
now.
I know I'm not going first.
Going first.
What I get? 5th, I think. So I brought armor again. Round 1, I played against heroes. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same list that got what, 2nd at Mesquite, or was it
second.
lower?
It was the list I lost to at Mesquite, though. It was
Yeah, it
not
was like-
second.
It was like top 10, right? It was somewhere in
It
there.
was somewhere around there, yeah.
I don't know why 4th is jumping out at me, but anyways, pretty sure Will just has that entire list, and that's one he's playing. Mainly because I knew he liked Heroes, or at least he was playing a version of it, and I sent it to him. I was like, "Yo, have you seen this? This did really well at Mesquite." And then he picked up all the cards for it, so I'm pretty sure he's just playing that. So hopefully he doesn't stick with it and get any good with it, because that deck can be a little scary.
It can.
Yeah, hopefully he just drops it. So I played against him round 1. I ended up winning that one 2-1. Like I said, the deck can be a little scary. The deck plays like a bunch of randomly like really good cards. I like Arrestadramon Superior mode can be kind of scary for me too, because he can't just get big enough to like punch Magna in the face. Like I'll just armor purge, but still like I don't want to have to lose a Magna X.
Yeah.
And so ended up winning that one 2-1. Nothing too crazy. We did have one funny interaction. He forgot one of my Magna. I had a Magna on board, not Magna X, just like regular Magna. I can't remember which one. All the Magnas though are blockers, all of them. I think he was gonna do something, but he forgot. He activated a Fire Rocket while he had a Gumdramon on the board, and I don't know what his plan was, but it put him to 1 memory. I don't know if he just planned on like swinging with the Gumdramon to try and like get 2 cheeky checks in. Yeah, it was funny.
You were like, I have blocker.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, he's like, oh, that's all blockers, and I was like, yeah.
Yep.
I did end up winning that match because I had Fire Rocketed one of my Digimon. I can't remember which Magna. Swung into a security, it died at the first check, and I'm like, yo, if this Vmon survives the second check, I think I win here. And I hit a Vmon out of his security, but because I play the Demi Vmon, my Vmon was 1k bigger because he's 2 colors.
Yep.
So we were out here living. I'm pretty sure I just won from there. That was pretty funny. And then because Brandon hates me, he then paired me into himself. I lost that one 2-0. Again, nothing crazy. I have to play into his aces. Either he has it or he doesn't. Like, there's no way for me to like really interact with his board too much, especially once he sets up the option card. Like, I can't like.
On top of that, I just have the ability to stop your tamers from functioning and stop your Magnus from swinging.
Sure, whatever, dog.
You have to
So
have the
anyways.
Island Adventure just to be able to play.
So anyways, yeah, I just either he's got Omni or he doesn't. Like, that's just how it goes for me in that matchup. I have to just like hopefully rush him down really quick, which sometimes the deck can do, sometimes it can't. It's not the most consistent strategy. And then round 3 again, because I guess maybe I just did something to piss Brandon off throughout the week. I don't know why. He then down paired Sean to play against me.
Yep.
And then Sean said, well, Chris is never going to beat me again with this deck. So he tricked his deck out to make sure he never loses to me again.
That's not actually what happened. That's just what Chris wants to tell himself.
Sean teched out for our matchup
specifically Chris.
He goes, I'm not doing what I did Tuesday. Like, I'm not losing to him. So he put in Hexplows, which
put them back in.
Turn my deck off. Like I can't even play.
You really
I had to Digivolve. I had I think 2 or 3 Davises out at one point. I had to Digivolve into Magnas. Activate for nothing. For basically nothing. I had to. Well, it wasn't basically for nothing. Like, I was doing stuff. Davis it out. Digivolve into another Magna. Davis it out. Digivolve into another Magna. To finally kill one Hexplow. I had to go through 3 or 4 Magnas to kill one Hexplow. Just so I could have enough Magnas in the trash to DP kill it. Brandon did point out something. I do tend to forget that starter deck Magna strips sources. The amount of sources it strips is based off the color of the Digimon.
Yes.
I could have mounted his Paladin mode Ace back to his hand. It doesn't do anything for me really. Like, if anything, it's just giving me it's giving him the Paladin mode Ace again.
Yeah.
But you don't lose on the turn because he has the Paladin.
But I think I lose.
He would have prolonged the game by another turn.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have really done anything.
So the amount of things I had to do just to to actually play, is unfortunate.
You're fighting for your life over there.
It was, because Sean wants to tech out against me for some reason. I don't know what I did to him.
Specifically you, no one else.
Always tech for your locals.
Yeah, and then round 4, I lost to Sean at 0-2. Round 4, played against Atmon, against Dante. I don't think that deck's as scary as like Heroes is. Heroes seems to have like a lot more going on. Heroes is just playing the only like 3-4 good cards from the Atmons, which is like Gaia and Globemon, and it has to play the Gotchmon card just so it can app fuse. Atmon, pure Atmon itself, like if you see all the cards, it's like, okay, cool, that's nice. And then my Lydramon suspends it, and then I kill him. So that's basically like literally that's how I killed him both games. Was I promoted a Vmon, Digivolved into Lydramon, and then just killed him because I can suspend his Gaiamon, so he no longer has like a 20,000k blocker.
Pretty good effect.
And then like yeah. So and then game 2, I scrambled my Lydramon from my trash to the top of my deck, drew it, and then Dante started laughing and goes, really? And I'm like, you're you're dead now, bud. So I think at one point I got my Magna to like 28,000 DP just because of like the effect triggered off multiple times. And then I had so much DP buffs, it was just like massive. Because I had OG Magna for like 6k DP, Digivolved into him, and then like my Inheritables plus like the Island card, he was like massive. I was like Dante, I need to borrow some dice. Like, I don't have enough dice to keep track of how big his armor is. So
hey, sometimes some people would say that like it's not about the size of your Magna that matters.
No, it was about the size of my Magna, and it was definitely
100% is about the size. If he stayed at 12k, he'd be so much worse.
Yeah, it would not be as cool.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say that 12k is a pretty average size for a Magna.
I want my Magna almost 30,000.
Yeah, I think the biggest
bigger the better.
Some people can't handle that much Magna.
That is true. We had people stop coming to locals because they couldn't handle the Magna.
Yeah.
So who's going? Oh, Brandon's next.
Yeah,
that's
me.
right.
Yeah, it's me. So I got third. Tiebreakers were unfortunately against me. So round 1, I played against Todd again. He was playing Tyrant this time instead of Bloom. Both games, game 1 and 2, I basically just Melga stun him from playing the game. I go into BT15 Melga, turns his deck off, and one game he basically, not hard played, but he had to hard play a level 5, because I'd given him a good bit of memory to go into my 2 level 6s, and then evoed into the Tyrant. So I ended up going to like 5 or 6 memory because of all the memory gain I had as well. And basically I ended the turn by stunning like 3 cards on his board. The 2 Tyrants he had, the one from the previous turn, the one he hard played. A level 5 he set up, because I assumed he was trying to set up to ace me, but I wasn't going to walk into that. And he had a level 3. And I passed turn to him by giving him 1 memory and taunting. Oh, hi. This isn't Doka, this is Tito. By giving him 1 and taunting one of his smaller dudes. So as soon as his turn started, he's hatching, so he doesn't even have anything in the raising area. And I'm just ace Omni and clearing his entire board, and he has 1 memory. Like, at that point, the game's over.
Yeah.
Round 2 against Chris, he kind of already talked about it. You know, Melga comes in clutch and just stuns his board, stuns his, Davis's. Game 2 was pretty close, but I was able to game out until I was able to just swarm the board with like 15 different dudes. I think if I would have played the turn before the game ended better, I could have killed him a turn earlier.
You were literally playing that game to lose. Because, like, if you would have just swung 1 time with your Omnimon, with your War Greymon, and just trash, like, the security... I'm like, yeah, he's got, like, 6 bodies. He's got 2 Omnis, like, with the War Greymons. I'm like...
The problem is...
why isn't he just killing me?
No. Shush. Because the moment I do, you activate Magna, unsuspend, and then block it, and I lose on the spot.
Nah.
I didn't have ties set up.
No, never.
Nah, never.
Look how he's trying to revisionize history, this stuff. So, anyway, I was trying to clear my board entirely by just swinging out. But I had 2 BT15 Melgas, and I needed both of them to die so I could play the starter deck Agu and then use the Dual Tamer to bring another dude out and then Omni DNA for game. But I didn't have the resources, or I didn't have a clear board to do that. So in order to have done that, I would have needed like 5 memory, but I only had like 3 or 4.
You also alter bead me, but it was not for game.
I alter bead you just
that
to
was
clear the
weird.
Magna.
I was like, it's not over.
That's not
alter beads at the board.
He blocks one of my Melga swings, and I was like, all right, cool. The Magna hasn't activated his effect yet. Let me go into Alter B on top of one of my clear the Magna who hasn't blocked yet. And then it also killed 2 of his bodies, so... He did very wisely strip my level 6 sources with his source strip, so I couldn't actually Alter B him for game. He didn't have his effect turned on. I could have killed his Davises, but I didn't need to. I just killed him anyway. Yeah, so I got that game 2-0. I think game 2 took us like almost 20-30 minutes. Like, we were grinding it out. Yeah,
both matches from Friday and Saturday were absolute grinds.
Yeah, because basically Fridays...
Oh, Friday and Tuesday, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. I was playing to win. You were playing to draw by the time we got to game 2. Or at the end of game 2.
Nah, I played to win, dog. We'd have gone into a game 3.
Oh, you got it, man. Let's go to game 3. Alright, you guys are in turns. Ah!
I could high rocket, open up fire rocket.
He could potentially kill you in like a couple of turns if he draws right hand.
Oh, by the way, I have extremely good luck against Brand specifically and seeing Awakening. I think I've seen it in all 5. I know Brand's gone right now, but if he could hear me. Oh no, there he is. In all 5 games that we played, I saw Awakening.
Every single time. It was ridiculous.
It's a very good card.
Yeah.
Especially like opening turn, I'll be like, all right, Digivolve in the Magna, swing, hit you, okay, Awakening, put you to 1, Magna effect.
It honestly doesn't even feel that good in the armor variant.
No, it's not as it's literally just basically another scramble, but for like one less memory.
I mean, doesn't it let you go on top of your Ligdramons as well? So like you can.
Yeah, but you're not
just haven't-
playing
Yeah,
a bunch
I
of
mean-
Lydras.
I'd have to reread it because I think I saw someone. I don't think I'd ever use it for this unless it was like for game. But I think you can even Magna on top of Magna, like regular Magnas on top of regular Magnas.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Let me just.
Yeah,
read it
I
real
don't.
quick.
I don't.
Isn't that how it was initially used?
No,
it was used to go into regular Magna X.
You can go.
Yeah.
Or-
You can go any Magnamon on top of a regular level 4 Magnamon.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever do that unless I like desperately needed to, or like it was for like winning or
Yeah, you get an extra
something like
swing out
that.
of it.
Yeah, but it's mostly for like I'm going into Magna for like 3 memory. That's it. Magna X for 3 memory. So
Yeah. So then round 3, I played against Andrew. He was playing Megidramon. I got that one 2-0. I basically got pretty lucky game 1 and 2 that he opened slow. At least comparatively to what like Megidra normally opens.
Yeah.
Especially against me, I guess. But both games, I was basically able to set up a level 6 with Miraculous on the board. And anytime he went to go for Megidra and attempt to swing at me, he was passing turns while doing it. Because, he went to level 5 swings, warps, and you a reduced costs. But every single time it happened, he passed turn while doing it. So obviously I Omni at that point. Bottom deck it, he gets none of his on deletions, he gets no analog youth, and then I just kill him from there. So, and then final round was against Sean. He's still playing Magna DNA, and his deck is a huge wall with a lot of aggro, and I only saw one Omni in both game 1 and game 2, only the one. So I just lose.
It wouldn't have mattered if you had another one in game 2, though. I had set
Correct.
it up to where I was insulated versus you. You could have omnied me. I think you said 2 more times and it wouldn't have mattered.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Partition's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good effect.
I wish I had partition.
I mean, you just rebuild your deck.
It's still in sleeves in there. It's never taken apart.
Chris, I think what you should do is you should take the armor deck, right? Take that and replace all the armors with cards like Spimon, Ligdramons. Replace your Davises, I think, with Davis and Ken. I think that's really good. Really front load your deck with like a lot of Vmon Searchers.
Yes.
And maybe a couple of the Evo Reducers. And then as a level 5 package, because I know you're not playing level 5s, I think you should play Pyildramons. Thoughts?
I think it's pretty smart.
It's not a
We'll call
bad
it Magna DNA.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm so glad we came up with that deck.
Groundbreaking. So I played Magnex DNA. Round 1 I played against Josh. He finally came back to locals this week. He's playing Fish. I ended up winning 2-1. I can't remember if it was...
That deck's low-key scary.
That deck is so scary, dude. I'm always nervous when I pass turn to him. So game 2, he promoted the turn before I was going to promote and start doing stuff and killed me through 5 security.
How much memory did he have?
Not a lot. He had like a couple of training set up on the field, and he just promoted and was like, I'm going to kill you now. Swing, 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 swing.
All right,
swing.
you're dead.
Yeah. He evoed into the guy that gave himself battle immunity, and I was like, this doesn't end well for me. Because he promoted a rookie and killed me through 5 security.
You really should get his deck profile, because...
I have.
Dude...
It's on the channel.
Isn't it with... Is that the same one? I thought he updated it.
He's updated it. I mean, I could get a new one, but the core strategy...
That deck is so scary.
It's very slept on. It's extremely scary.
I just don't think it's consistent enough. Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It seems consistent, but I can't remember if it was game 1 or game 3. But when he swung at me, I ended up paladin moding him and just killing him because I paladin moded him, and he only had 1 ace target on his field, and I just bot decked that one first. I ended up winning that 2-1. It was a very scary matchup, though. Round 2 played against Ben playing Adventure. He didn't really do anything. I just killed him before anything relevant happened on his side of the field. I just 2-0'd him. It was over in like less than 20 minutes. I don't even remember if he did anything.
Ben's had a rough couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's had it rough these last couple of weeks. Then let's just say.
It's like, I told them earlier, but like, when you're playing adventure, it's either nerf stomp your opponent because you saw everything you needed and it was not even close, or you sat there and watched them play because you saw one tamer in the entire match and you literally can't play the game.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah. And then round 3 played against Chris, where Hexablaumon soloed his entire deck 2-0. I just go into Hexablau, and game 1 he was going into starter deck Magna and slowly stripping one source at a time to hopefully eventually out it. I think you may have killed it before the game was over, but obviously it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah. It was so funny. Like, there's Sean sent a screenshot. Maybe he'll upload the gameplay. He's just like, just swing, Chris. Or he's like, just swing, Chris. Or he's like, swing for game.
Yeah, I don't have any blockers. What are you doing?
Yeah, Sean's at 0 security. He's and I've got like a Magna X on the board, like, and just like.
Hold on, I got it.
Here's a Hexblow. Yep, I can't turn my card sideways.
Yep.
Just swing for game.
Yeah, I have a Hexablow and a Paladin mode that he could have bounced in hindsight, but it wouldn't have mattered because the Hexablow is keeping him from playing the game. That was game 2. Game 2, you actually got me down low before I established a Hex and said,
I think you would have won that game if you would have just seen the correct Magna, but it was like 4 cards deep, and you dug 3 cards deep.
That's right. That's what happened. Was I kept drawing cards. I was like, please, just give me one unsuspend.
Oh yeah, you kept triggering your Davis to dig.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and I just kept seeing starter deck Magna. So
you're like 3 of them in a row.
Yeah, literally, I drew 3 of them in a row.
I need a Magna starter deck. Not that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yep.
Yeah,
I got him down to 0, and if I'd have just seen one unsuspend Magna, I win.
I was at 0 security for a couple of turns there, and you just could not do anything about it.
Yep.
So Hexablow won that 2-0. And then round 4, I played against Brandon. And I know you omnied me once game 2. You may have omnied me game 1 as well.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I never saw Omni game 1. Game 2, I did it preemptively to out the Hexblow.
Yeah.
Yeah, must be nice.
I mean, play more outs. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I'm saying him never seeing it. Must be nice.
Oh, well, I mean, I insulate myself versus it. Because, like, I have partition. He has to do a whole lot of stuff in order to keep me from just going back into something else.
Yeah, I mean, we literally talk. I have to, when I Omni you, I out 1.5 body.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just how it works.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
For who? Huh?
And, like, if I have like 2 Magnexes on the field, when he goes to out my board, it floats into 4 dudes.
Man, you know what? Because of you and your Magnas, I think I'm quitting locals. I don't think I'm ever coming back.
Oh, we'll miss you. We'll miss you. Maybe you'll come back when Bagramon's good. So yeah, I ended up coming in first. The only game I dropped was when Josh promoted and killed me through 5 security. That was a pretty nice local. It was redemption for basically going OX on Tuesday.
That's how I felt whenever I got first place in Trinity, because I literally flipped the script. I went winless the week before, and then I just clapped back and went undefeated.
Yeah,
that felt vindicating.
When it wasn't the Evo Cup.
Don't remind me.
Alright, so I participated in the Booster Box Regional yesterday, playing Magnex DNA, the same list I took to Friday's Locals, despite Chris's conspiracy theory of me teching specifically for him and or Locals, which I'm not above doing. I said I would do that, but I played the list.
It's not a conspiracy theory if it's just a fact.
I mean, I would do it, but I don't. I didn't feel the need to. I switched my deck list because I felt like it was.
You digivolved in the hex spot. You digivolved in the hex spot and said, "You know what? This is because of what you did to me Tuesday. This is just for you." You said, "Hey, deal with this, bud."
What's Chris playing? Armor again? All right, coming in.
So what's
Medieval Gallantmon? Get out of here!
I literally, we literally walked up and he goes, "Chris, what are you playing tonight?" And I go, "Armor again." And he goes, "All right." And he picks up his deck and starts putting in hex spots.
I saw it. I was there.
So what's funny is it didn't actually have any bearing on me changing my list for Saturday, but I was not playing Hexablow at Trinity on Tuesday, and that was obviously something that I regretted. And Hexablow would have shut down both Chris and Bloom, both of the decks that I lost to. So it was just funny that that's ended up how it worked out. Because I didn't expect to play either one of those decks on the regional, because those are Bloom for sure not, and Magna Armor is also pretty rare. So round 1, I played against Galaxy. That is a matchup I am not super comfortable playing into. I have not personally built Galaxy since I got access to like most of the new stuff that they use. So
Which
I'm not.
top end was it?
It was like the blue toolbox top end.
Okay, so not like Dragon.
No. It was just Galaxy with like Invisimons, Gallon X's, Mirage, Hexablow, just blue toolbox.
Okay, gotcha.
Because of that, I misplayed game 1. I had an opportunity to bot deck his Lunamon. Instead, I went into BT21 Pyodramon instead of starter deck 1 to bot deck his Luna. That cost me the game for sure. It was really subtle at the time, but it gave him just access to way too much stuff on future turns that I should have done that. I ended up winning game 2, and then game 3. Like all 3 games were a grind. It wasn't like easy peasy lemon squeezy, but he ended up winning game 3. Him seeing Mirage, and I think he saw it in all 3 games, which I mean you draw like infinite cards in that deck, also hurts me because my hand gets pretty big if I start doing stuff. Round 2, played against Royal Knights. That is a pretty easy matchup because I can just run them down, and all of their outs to my Magna X / aces don't actually do anything if I have partition, because I just float into another body and I'm just like, I'm gonna keep swinging. Game 1, I bot decked his new Omekamon. It's the only one he saw, and I was like, get that out of here, I'm not getting Omni X randomly. And just ran him down. And then game 2, I was running him down. I got him to 0 security. He Desperation Omnimon'd me, played like 4 or 5 guys, one of which was a promo Gallant, recovered back to 1 security. He had 2 red level 6s on the field, so I was like, alright, if he's playing Jesmon GX or Crimson mode, he can potentially ace me twice. I had a Magna X sitting on the field with a partition underneath it, but I went into a new Pyodramon and started swinging at him. On the first swing, he Crimson moded me. I partitioned the Pyodramon. He went into another Pyodramon and started swinging again, and he Crimson moded me a second time, and I went into another Pyodramon, and he was like, yeah, I just had to hope you didn't have it. I showed him the rest of my 5s in my hand. I said I drew all of my Pyodramons this game. Like, it was, you were never surviving this turn.
Jeez.
Louise.
Yeah. Also, because I went into BT16 Pyodramon at the beginning of my turn, I suspended his entire board, so like all of his blockers that he was hoping to protect himself with weren't going to be able to block.
Is he okay if he just doesn't ace you?
No.
No.
He had 1 security left and no blockers. He loses.
I forgot you said 1 security. Yeah. Okay.
And what's like, it didn't actually even matter because I still had a Magna X just sitting on the field that I hadn't even swung with yet. I was just like, it doesn't matter what happens here. I'm just going to go into a Pyodramon and just force him to start doing stuff. So I ended up winning that. Round 3, played against Magna Armor. Surprising. So I just 2-0'd him with Hexablow. Game 1, he eventually outed the first Hexablow, and I went into the second one. And the one from there.
How did he out it?
Yeah, how did he out it?
He had to go into 2 of the new Magnamons in 1 turn to kill it.
I didn't have to do that. I had to go into 1 because I only had 1. I had to literally Davis all the other ones just so I could get 6 total to kill it.
Yeah. He he went into one, Davised it, and then went into a second one to kill it. But then I just immediately on my turn went into another one, and I just won from there.
Back.
Yeah,
I'm back, baby.
And then
Especially because if you have the partition stack, it's just like, all right, here we go.
I don't remember if I had partition or not underneath the Hexablow stack, but it didn't. It doesn't matter. If I have another Hexablow, it continues to shut him out of the game. You literally can't play.
Right.
So I ended up winning that 2-0. Hexablow just solos that deck. Round 4. So because I lost round 1, I knew that I was going to be playing against weird matchups probably most of the rest of the day, which is unfortunate. Round 4 played against Jesmon. I have no experience playing versus this. I know like they're capable of going into like Genku X and spitting out a bunch of dudes and being like immune. I ended up losing that 0-2. He just kept going into Genku X. Like I would chip him, I would get him like 2 security, and then he would establish Genku X plus wide board, and I'm like, I can't deal with this.
What were you playing when I played, Jess? Probably not Magna DNA. This was.
I don't think I
ago.
played against you when you were playing Jess.
Yeah, it was like when that support first came out.
Yeah, maybe we played like one time, but I don't remember what I was playing.
Yeah, Genku X is definitely really scary. Like I see people just playing those 2 cards in like a bunch of random strategies.
Yeah, I actually misplayed into that deck game 1. He told me after game 1 that I shouldn't have done it. Because he had Jesmon GX, and he had 2 Genku X underneath it, and I stripped him. And he was like, yeah, if you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have been able to get a Genku X effect, because that was like all of them. And I was like, okay, it's good to know. So if I had had more matchup experience, I could have forced a game 3, and who knows what would have happened there, but...
Yeah, because then he has access to put them back in there and like reactivate their effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that deck.
It's not consistent or fast enough to be consistently good, but if they establish their stuff, which he was able to do pretty quickly both games, it's hard to deal with if you're not playing.
I don't like the idea of a deck that can give itself board wide immunity multiple times, multiple turns in a row.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. As someone who loves playing Angels, I cannot sit here and say, no, that's unfair.
I hate it. Hate that one too.
At least it's just for the turn. There are worse things.
Yeah,
it could just be forever.
I mean, yeah, until they go into GX and just do it again.
Yeah.
But like at least with Angels, like you have a glaring weakness. You have 2. It's DP Neg and Digivolve.
Yeah.
With Gonku, it's just like, all right, you better have permanent or premium DP Neg.
Yeah.
Or taunt.
Yeah, or taunt into Ace. Oh,
that's
also
like all you can do.
I forgot. Because I have so little experience versus that matchup, I was actually cheating myself. I should have been stripping his sources with my Davis and Kens. I don't know if it would have mattered ultimately, but I wasn't doing it because I was like, oh, he's immune to my effects. I can't strip his sources, but I'm just suspending these to gain memory. He was saying out loud Digimon effects. I just wasn't registering it. But I don't think that actually mattered. But round 5 played against Imperial. This is like actual Imperial, like blue-green Imperial. He didn't really draw very well either game, and I just ran him down before he did anything. Round 6 played against Sakuya. I misplayed game 1. Really subtle in the moment, but I realized it on the following turn. I shouldn't have done that. If I'd activated a memory boost to pass turn, instead of evoing into a Ligimon and raising to pass turn, I would have had enough memory to lethal him on the next turn. But because I didn't do that, I couldn't lethal him, and he was able to win the game on a future turn. Won game 2, and then game 3 we ended up going into turns and drawing. Game 2 took like half an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think game 3, if we don't go into turns, I'm pretty sure I win that. But we only had like less than 5 minutes for game 3. Round 7 played against Royal Knights again. This is a good matchup for me, in my opinion. I won game 1 pretty easily, and then game 2 he did a little he did like a little cute play where he already had a Crimson Mode on the field. He already had an Omni X. He kept the Omni X on the field at the beginning of his turn, swung at me, trashed the security, swung at me, played an Oryuken Ace, and then did something else a past turn. Triggered Omni X, giving Oryuken Ace rush, attacking, pulling turn back, and then swinging for a game with the Oryuken since it had rush at that point. And then game 3, I killed him with Paladin mode.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good card.
Paladin mode's really good against them because they have a bunch of level 7s that potentially are in their trash at any point, and you can just still turn on them randomly.
Oh, you mean like you did to me?
Yes, I did do that to you. What's sick?
Well, I mean, you didn't steal turn. You just were able to go into Paladin without passing turn.
Yeah, if you primo into Paladin and there's a white level 7 in someone's trash, it's a 1 memory play to go into Paladin.
Yeah. He literally hit Omni out of my security, and I went, oh, that doesn't bode well for me. He goes, oh, that's so cool. Primo, Paladin, bot deck your trash. One memory?
It's so good.
It's so good.
And then round 8, I played against Galacticmon, which I think I have a pretty good matchup into because it takes them forever to like set their stuff up, and I also have access to Source Strip, which is a weakness for them. I drew the worst I've ever drawn with my deck both games versus him. I literally wasn't playing the game for like 6+ turns both games and just watching him just go fish his deck on his mat. I eventually I established a Magna X. By that point, it was way too late. He was also smart, and he never swung at me. He just waited until he had a Ragnarok option on the field.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense. So, like, I never got any free tamers, anything out of security. And establishing a Magna X is meaningless if he can redirect me and keep me from checking his security to re-trigger the effect, and then he just armor purges it on his turn. So yeah, I just delayed the inevitable once I was establishing Magna X's after he got to a certain point. So lost that 0-2 pretty rough. And then round 9 played against another blue-green Imperial. Game 1 was awkward, but I ended up taking it. And then game 2, he did not draw very well. He mulliganed into a hand that he couldn't do anything with for a couple of turns, and I killed him before he ever promoted.
That's the worst. When even the mulligan doesn't help you.
Yeah, and I ended up coming in 72nd. Go
Out of?
me. Like almost 400, like 390 or 380 something.
It's not bad.
It could have been better. There were obviously, like, I realized after the fact there were multiple times where I straight up did not win the match due to a misplay.
Because of yourself, yeah.
Yeah, the deck felt perfect. It felt amazing all day. I just sucked.
Except
round
for
8.
one matchup.
Yeah, besides Galacticmon, that matchup, I straight up, like, my deck was like, hey, you're taking this round off, bro. And I was like, all right, cool.
And how'd Ben do?
Yeah, we don't feel like doing anything.
Ben dropped after, like, round 5-ish, I think. He did not have a good day playing Adventure. I think he went, like, 2-3 drop or something like that. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, ever since that Mesquite Regional, man, it's been downhill for Ben.
I mean, that happens. You just have bad days. Like, sometimes it's RNG, sometimes you're just not...
Ben's having bad weeks.
Sometimes you're just not playing well. Like, it's not the first tournament he's gone X3 drop. Like, it happens. I've done it too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just not your day, man. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Unless you're Chris, and it's just never your day.
I'm sorry, who was ranked higher in Mesquite?
Oh, who's 2-0'd the bejesus out of you for the last, like, 3 locals?
Hold on. It was 2-1 on Tuesday,
Hold
dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're getting technical. You got to bring out the technicality.
You said who 2-0'd who? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure the facts are correct.
You still lost.
Listen, I'm just
the
glad
facts,
that me and
man.
you... I'm just glad that me and you were able to come together and create an entire new deck.
Yeah, you're right. We should probably, like, get to that. Build it. Deck profile coming soon. Unless it's like
Sean,
our other deck profile Sean still hasn't uploaded.
Where did we come up with the idea for that deck? Did we see it in like a deck somewhere, or did we just go, hey, What if we just gave Magna X Partition?
I'll be honest, I don't remember at this point because it's been like
Yeah, I was about to say,
it's been like
forever.
almost a year since we've known about it. So like I don't even remember where we got the original idea. I don't think
'cause it was BT16, right?
BT17.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
That's when we got
post Magnavax hit before I ever considered doing anything other than Magnavax competitively.
Before
Yeah, because you went to
dark time.
you put down Magna for like a while because you were playing Angels. That's what your next deck was just Angels for like a really long time.
Mhm.
And then I think I was the first one to like bring it and play it, but we had talked about it because you had to order everything obviously. And
Yeah, I didn't have Pyojimons or anything like that. I had to order a bunch of stuff.
And now you're
Now I got
you're a
blinged out.
VMon believer.
Yeah. I told them this, but I do not like Vmon from the show, but I have come to realize that Vmon in the card game is one of my favorite Digimon because I love Ulforce.
Yep.
And I also love Magnamon.
Yep.
So like despite me disliking Davis and Vmon from the show, like it's actually like because of the card game, it's one of my favorite Digimon.
I hear Davis isn't as insufferable in the sub as he is the dub.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Vmon's the same too, because I know you hate Vmon because of his voice.
I do. I can't stand that accent.
And Old Force is pretty cool.
Yeah, Ulforce is like one of my favorite standalone level 6s.
God, I love it. I love how you say it now too, because you can't help it.
I did not put the T in there.
You said Old Force. Sean, rewind. You said Old Force, didn't he?
I can't just rewind things, man. That's not how.
Just rewind it.
I just watched
Spaceballs. I watched them put in a cassette, and they were like watching the now. When is this? It's now. But when is then? Now.
Everything that's happening now is happening now.
It's been way too long since I've seen Spaceballs.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I mean, I remember like how it goes.
You gotta rewatch it. You gotta rewatch it.
I watched
something like 20 years later, and they finally announced the sequel.
Oh yeah, they did. They're gonna have a sequel. I forgot about that.
I'm telling you right now. I just need one specific joke to be in the movie. Okay, in the sequel. I need them to still be combing that desert.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man.
They're still combing it because they never left.
I'm really sorry. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Sean, don't do this to me.
For me, I need one joke and only one joke, and that's at the start of the movie. They need to look at the camera and be like, somehow, Darth Helmet returned.
I think that'd be a solid one.
Especially after he's like been retired for like the longest time.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think Spaceballs was one of his last movies that he did. We're talking about Rick Moranis, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he like retired because his wife was sick or something.
Yep, and he had to take care of the children, which, you know, hey, king.
Yeah.
He just came back. He was just in like a Mint Mobile commercial for like Ryan Reynolds. That was pretty funny because he's like, what did you want me here? And Ryan's just like, just so you're here. And he's just like, that's it. This is all I'm here for. And he's like, yeah.
Just wait.
Okay, bye. And then he just leaves, and it's just like, well, that's the first thing he's been in for years. Like,
honestly,
since he retired.
that is with the 100% within his like humor.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Also, people have come together and they've realized that the position on the arts for Andromon, Omnimon, Metal Gray,
sound it out.
All match out on with Machinedramon, because like, you know,
where they're at on his body.
Yeah, like Machinedramon is like all of them like combined. Like he takes pieces of all of them and like his and Metal Tyrannomon. Like Metal Tyrannomon is his like bottom jaw, and like where he's positioned on the art matches up with Machinedramon's art. Like Metal Omnimon's is like cannon, so like that cannon
That's
right
why
there.
It's sticking up like that. 'Cause it's supposed
Yeah,
to be on his back.
if you take the Machine Dramon art and then you like put it over here, his cannon's right there.
Huh.
And then like Andromon is his like his knee guards. Yeah, his knee guards. And then Metal Greymon's like his arm or chest or something like that. So they're like they all like overlay and like make sense.
Okay.
Specifically with the alt arts.
Yeah.
We're also pretty sure already familiar with this card, Bakumon. By the way, we're doing weekly reveals.
Yep, weekly.
Yes, weekly.
Sometimes.
Yes, weekly sometimes. We're already aware of this. It's more Go support, which is cool. That deck is not good right now. Ideally, it eventually gets enough support to where it is, because it's a fun deck to play.
Yeah, it can get scary. Like when Stanley played it against me like a couple weeks ago. Like he started doing this stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, I mean, you can pop off in that deck. It's just like it takes too long to start popping off most of the time.
Yeah.
You got SP Metal Mamamon. Looks pretty interesting. I'm really thankful that they're continuing to do like actual alt art SPs instead of just this monocolored thing. I know I've said this before, but I just hate the monocolor SPs.
Agreed.
I love the majority white on the art. That looks really good.
Yeah, it does. Then we have Wanyamon. Your turn once per turn. When effects place CS trait Digimon cards in the Digimon sources, it may digivolve into a CS trait Digimon card in the hand with the ELO cost reduced by 1.
It's literally Sunmon.
Yes, this is literally Galaxy. Then we got the alt art for Andromon.
Yep. This is very pretty.
Yes, it does look very nice. Then we have the promo. We're already familiar with this card. It's just support for Millenniumon randomly.
Do we know how we're getting these yet? Are they going to be box stoppers or something?
They're going to be a tournament pack.
Tournament pack, okay.
So we'll have a bunch of these. They're not going to be hard to get.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard for me to get.
That's why it has a winner stamp.
Yes. That you can clearly see that's not covered by the...
sample.
Yeah, the sample.
Oh my god, Chibi.
Yeah, the Chibi SP Andromon. I actually really like these. I think they're funny.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's a really good gimmick for a set, you know, like an EX set.
Yeah. That's cool.
Then we have... So this caused Kentorosmon buyouts. We have Repamon.
Yeah. That deck's going to be good.
Yeah.
Caleb over here. Let's go!
Caleb's going to be eaten in BT22. When effects trash this card from your security stack, you may play this card without paying the cost. That's pretty good. On play, when digivolving one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP until their turn ends. By trashing your top security card instead, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP until their turn ends. And then
premium.
When attacking once per turn inheritable, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
Hey, 2 Repamons means you can out a Magna X.
Assuming they don't have an all turns DP buff, yes. Also, he is a yellow vaccine.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I mean, it seems like a good card. It's probably like what the best level 4 in the deck. I can't remember everything in it.
It's not a real deck currently, but yes, if you were to build a Kentorosmon deck, this would default be the best 4.
I think one of the level 4s actually has an inheritable berry. I could be wrong. I could be speaking out of my,
as you normally do.
I don't think there's one, but you could be right. But this is definitely still the better one, even if there is an inheritable barrier. Yeah. Because this is like, you're not worried about trashing this, and it's just free dudes. It's basically like a Gatomon that just does a different thing.
Right. I wonder if we worked with Caleb. We actually sat him down. We're like, hey, we're gonna build this deck for you, but it's gonna be like competitive.
I don't think he would want that. He seems like the type that.
Yeah, he likes to do it himself.
Yeah. I don't think he would do that. He's like, no. Yeah. Yeah, this is basically just Gatomon, but for this archetype, which is cool. Maybe they'll give us TK back to 4, and then they can abuse this.
Okay.
Yeah, keep coping. Keep coping.
It'll eventually happen. Kiranmon. When effects trash this card from the security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon is minus 8,000 DP for the turn.
Not as good.
When digivolving by trashing your top security card, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Contorusmon or Metamamon in its name, or the CS trait in the hand with the Evo cost reduced by 2. When attacking heritable once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon is minus 4,000 DP for the turn. I wonder if Metamamons are bought out too. They probably are.
I can imagine.
Metamamon's an annoying card to play against.
It is. If you ever get Metamamon Venusmon out on some people, they literally just can't play the game. It's pretty nice.
Yup.
This card's pretty good. I mean, at least these two cards are like good for the archetype. So
yeah, they were bought out. They're like $11 now, and they were like less than $2 before this got revealed.
What happened to the TCG player boycott?
Yeah, what happened to the boycott, guys? Shouldn't be buying stuff on there.
Yeah, I like these two cards. They're pretty good. So what? This plus the rep is like minus 6k on Digimon. So
yeah, and depending on how the level 5.
It's minus 14.
Well, the win attack. I'm sorry, the win attacking, just like.
Oh yeah, the win attacking is minus 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of DP reduction.
I will say, depending on what the CS trait level 5s are, this could be a good slot for that deck too.
Yeah, this is a CS
trait. You can just trash the security to go into a CS trait for a reduced cost of 2.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also Yellow Vaccine. I don't know if I said that. Then we have Alt Art Mega Dramon. This looks pretty cool.
Love it.
Like the colors.
Yep.
Then we have, it's a high quality Shumon.
Yeah, it's from the regulation battle.
Oh yeah, this is a regulation battle one. Looks interesting.
I like the fireworks.
Yeah, they look good. Then we
mean, because the Edamon was like cherry blossoms.
Yeah,
and this one's fireworks.
Yeah, Edamon's cherry blossoms. I don't know where mine are at. They're in one of these stacks next to me.
This is unfortunate if I wanted to max out this deck.
Yeah, this is another Chibi SP for Machine Dramon. This looks pretty cool.
This is like a state. At that point, that's like a 2. That's like a 3 of in the deck. That's like one of the parts of how to OTK people.
Yeah. Then we're getting Numamon support. We have Gold Numamon. On play / when digivolving, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -2 until their turn ends. Then if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, this Digimon may digivolve into Platinum Numamon in the hand for an Evo cost of 4, ignoring Digivolution requirements. Your turn once per turn, this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with the CS trait, reduce the Evo cost by 1. This is also a CS card.
So there's actually a thing for this. Yeah. This is like a video game reasons, Sean, with Gold Numamon and Platinum Numamon. Basically, you could use these Digimon to I'm not gonna say cheat because it's obviously like part of the game. It's like an exploit where if you had a bunch of these, not an exploit either. For some reason, they had the effect that if you had these in your party, your Digimon would gain like way more XP. So if one's money and I think one's XP.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, you'd like have you'd have like a bunch of these in your party, and then just like a Digimon you were just trying to like level up to the max level really quick. You go into one battle with like a bunch of these, and then it would just like turbo level them. So that's why this and the other one are here in this set.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just like something like, hey, so they knew about that. Like, this is like a nice little nod.
Nice little lore, yeah. Then we have Platinum Numamon. On play, when digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -8,000 DP for the turn. Your turn once per turn, when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, one of your other Digimon with the CS trait may digivolve into a Digimon card with the CS trait in the hand without paying the cost.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. This CS deck's looking like it's going to be kind of good.
It's just going to be Galaxy again.
It's going to be Galaxy, but removal baked in.
Yeah.
It's going to be Galaxy, but also the toolbox is going to be ginormous.
Yeah. Like
it's not just Apollomon and then everything else is out of archetype. This is like everything is in archetype and it's a toolbox.
Yeah, this is Bandai. You remember how they did Royal Knights and they were like they basically designed a Megazoo deck even though like the players were the ones who originated Megazoo? This is like them taking Galaxy Toolbox and being like, no, we're going to do it our own way. Here's Galaxy Toolbox 2.0. Then we have Metal Tyrannomon Alt Art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see the jaw.
Beautiful. Yeah, even the one before, a couple ones before his like top jaw. If you line them up, it's from the alt art. That one right there. See it? Yep.
Oh yeah, I can tell. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Skip these. They have high qualities later.
Okay, thank you. Then we have the winner card. It's a shame you don't play this card in anything right now because this is really pretty. It's gonna look sick in person.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be textured out like crazy.
It's gonna
like
be
Omnimon.
foil and texture. So this will look really nice. Maybe one day you'll play this in something, but.
And for the listeners, we're talking about Digimon.
Yes, the winner, Digimon. Then we have Metal Tyranno Chibi SP.
So cute.
Looking cute. Then we have Effectmon. Security at the end of the battle. Play this card without paying the cost. On play when digivolving. I clicked my keyboard. On play when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. You can link for 2 memory, and when linking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less.
Okay.
This seems kind of lackluster.
Yeah, I really hate that they're just giving all of them security effects. I really don't like that.
I really hate how they're having all these Atmon cards invade my precious BT22.
Yeah, they're taking up valuable space. Then we have
Get out of here.
Rekomon. I'm not even sure which one in this image is the Rekomon.
I'm assuming it's the mic because we've already seen the one on the right, and it's like he's recording. So I would assume
It is
it's
a microphone. Okay.
No, yeah, look at the link image. That says...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
On play by trashing one Digimon card with the Atmon trait from your hand, draw 2. You can link for 1 memory, and then it gives them blocker.
That one seems better. I mean, it's a draw card, so...
Yeah. Then we have Analog Man Alt Art.
Beautiful.
Man.
I love it.
It's going to be an expensive deck. Then we have BT22 Marine Bullmon. Hand main. If you have Yao Queen Lang, by placing 1 Shellmon from your trash as any of your Sangomon's bottom source, it digivolves into this card for an Evo cost of 3, ignoring its evolution requirements. Decode level 4 with Aqua or Sea Animal in any trait, and then Rule trait has Aquatic type, and then Inheritable end of attack. Once per turn, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with Aqua or Sea Animal in any of its traits from this Digimon sources without paying the cost.
Yeah, okay.
I have to ask Josh about these new fish.
Yeah, skip that one. You much better look at it later.
Okay, and here's the alt art Machine Dramon that you guys were talking about. I do see what you're talking about. Yeah, everything is matching up to where it was on the other images.
And then the cannon, all of it. Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, the only exception is Andromon because he literally is a kneecap, so he has to be super low.
You have to take the art and like bring it down, but yeah,
move him. Yeah.
That looks really nice.
I agree.
And then we got some more promos.
I will take credit saying that collector's edition promo was just going to be a promo later.
I mean, we kind of assumed that was going to be the case. They would be...
I'm taking credit for it.
Okay. They'd be real beeholes if...
It'd be real messed up of you, Bandai, if you lock the card behind the game.
Yeah. Especially if it's inserted.
Should we read these off the screen or no?
Yes.
Okay,
we
I was
have...
gonna say, 'cause I can pull them up separately and read them.
I got them. Aegeomon, Blocker, Barrier, and then Barrier is an inheritable. It's also a yellow vaccine. Obviously, it's a good card.
Ruh-roh.
It has the TS trait, Time Stranger.
Yep.
Then we have Inori Misono. Start of your main phase, your opponent's Digimon gain 1 memory. On play, activate one of the effects below. You may play 1 Elecmon from here without paying the cost, or one of your Digimon may digivolve into Aegeomon in the hand without paying the cost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Strange.
We haven't seen any of these types of tamers be any good, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Gomamon. Start your main phase. You have 4 or less memory. This Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Sea Beast or TS trait in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, draw 1.
Interesting. Definitely I can't remember what the Demi's effect is, but I think I remember the Gomamon being one of the weaker ones.
Yeah, I think the Devi is probably the weakest. I think Goma is the second best. Obviously, the
Patamon's broken.
All right, so Patamon. Start of your main phase. If you have 4 or less memory, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Angel or TS trait in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
Yeah, just what they needed. Another way to digivolve for free.
Angel support that doesn't require any setup.
And it can be in your hand. Doesn't have to be go fish in your security.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said it doesn't require any setup. You just have the card in your hand.
I'm saying if you raw dog it in Angels, you could get there.
You can, and sometimes you're forced to.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what an automatic 4 of in the deck. It's like your second level 3, right?
No.
You don't think so?
I'm honestly not sure if this makes its way into the deck. We'll have to see what other Angel support we get. Because right now, in my list, I don't play more than 4 level 4 Angels.
That's true.
You're playing
Gatomon's not an Angel.
If we get an Angel that has Gatomon's effect, then I would probably consider putting this in the deck. But we would need something to replace Gatomon.
You can't use the Kintaro Small.
Yeah, because it's not an Angel, yeah. Then we have Devimon. Started main phase, you have 4 or less memory. This Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Fallen Angel or TS trait in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. Draw 1 and trash 1.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather have that than the Gomamon one.
Yeah, this doesn't cap your draw. You're just able to draw no matter what.
Yeah, and it fuels purple strategies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but what decks are utilizing that type? Fallen Angel.
I agree. But Gomamon Fish isn't really strong either that we've seen.
That's basically just a Lucemon deck, right? Am I incorrect in that, or is that also Devimon?
Yeah, it's Dan Devimon.
Okay.
Or Time Stranger.
Ooh, maybe that means that Dawn Devi is for the game. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll be able to get a Devimon deck that does something.
Yeah, they gotta throw enough stuff at the wall where eventually hopefully it will be decent. I'd like to see it be okay.
One day.
Okay. So it turns out I'm just stupid. Every single Devimon is a Fallen Angel.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I didn't realize, though. I thought maybe it was just
No.
I don't know, a demon or something.
Nope, Fallen Angel.
But nope. Yeah, they're all type.
Even Dan Devimon's a Fallen Angel.
Yep.
Well, yeah, once you said that, I was like, he is one. I didn't realize all of his lines were.
Yeah. Dan Yuki. Start of main phase, if you have 4 or less memory, one of your Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP for the turn. Your turn, when any of your Digimon cards with the TS trait would be played, by suspending this tamer, reduce the play cost by 1.
Yeah, I was kind of upset with this card. I was hoping it'd be a little bit better. Just randomly 3,000 DP is just oh.
Yeah, okay. Drawing a card or something out. They need to figure out how to give Red good support, man, because giving us DP randomly is not it.
No. Also, the random adventure style on-board effect. Weird.
Yeah. Then we have, I guess, his sister, Canon Yuki. Is that his girlfriend or something, or wife?
No, they're the pro tags for the next game. So you know how in the other one you can pick male or female. It's the same here.
Well, I think specifically for Time Stranger, whichever one the other one is an active participant in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no matter what, they're both games. So I think they are maybe related or something.
I mean, they're the same last name.
You never know. We have so many John Smiths in America, so
yeah. I don't know.
This is the first time I've seen Yuki in our card game.
Yuki.
It's possible. I don't know.
No, we don't know enough about the game. Who knows?
Start of main phase, if you have 4 or less memory, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Your turn, when any of your Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with the TS trait, by suspending this time and reduce the Evo cost by 1. That is at least
an Evo.
At least that. Yeah.
That is better.
I'll
than
take
the red
that.
one. Suspending a Digimon is so dumb.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay, but
those two cards. Those two cards won't see play.
Yeah, they won't.
Chris was inking himself off because he was like, "Oh, I went into a Lagdramon and suspended his Digimon." Yeah, now the Tamer does that.
That's awful.
Okay. For 1 memory compared to
he voted into the Legimon for 1 memory instead of playing that Tamer. All right, so this
Yep,
probably
Tamer doesn't have a turn.
this probably caused Billsmon buyouts. We have a new Billsmon Ace from EX10. It is one of these secret rares.
Beautiful.
It is really pretty. Obviously, it's going to have an alt art and probably a chase. So it does have an alternate evo condition. While you have 20 or more cards in trash, it evos on top of level 3 with Impmon and name for 4 memory.
Oh, no.
That's disgusting.
Obviously, it's a blast evo. On play, when digivolving, when attacking, not once per turn. Trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then delete one of your opponent's play cost 6 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, add 3 to the play cost maximum. On play, when digivolving, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, by returning 2 non-digi-egg cards from your trash to the top of the deck, de-evo 2 one of your opponent's Digimon.
No! No! We didn't need to give Beelzemon Digivolve.
They already have de-evo.
I know more. I meant like more.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this might just replace the EX6 bills.
Oh, 100%. This thing is disgusting.
So yeah, maybe Billsmon. Obviously, hopefully he gets a full line and we get some more support. So it'll.
He will. If he's the secret for EX10, he's definitely gonna get more cards.
Ben was pretty stoked whenever we had this revealed.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yep.
All right, guys, look! It's medieval Black War.
Then we have Black War Greymon Ace. He is not a secret rare from EX10. That's disappointing. He's literally the box art. Come on, Ben,
it's
do
weird.
better.
It's very weird that he's the. I mean,
you can say the same thing for like the first set.
Unless we get a Gaiomon that's a secret rare, this is disrespectful.
Nah, you're gonna get Gaiomon in 22.
This is disrespectful.
Raid, Reboot, and Blocker. On play or when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's play cost 7 or lower Digimon or Tamers. All turns while your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect this Digimon, and it gets 3,000 DP.
This card's kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie.
It is gonna definitely require other things like inheritables that manipulate this effect or something, because deleting it should have said delete up to your opponent's Digimon or Tamer's 7 play cost.
Yeah. I'm still coping that it's worded wrong, and the guy in the basement is just typoed.
They released an errata for Alter S the next day.
I'm holding the card in my hand. That's gonna be my hope.
Yeah. Pretty disappointing. The art is really pretty.
The art is so nice. If this is just the base art,
this is the base art.
Yeah, the alt art's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, it is underwhelming. I mean, it's cool that you're gonna be 15k and you're immune to aces and stuff if they have a big guy on the field. But other than that,
they have to have something on the board to get your immunity.
It relies on your opponent to be doing something specific, which is inherently bad.
Which I hate to say it, but you're gonna run into the same issue when we get to the Tamer here in a second.
I also like at least it has three keywords, which is also really nice. So I mean,
sure.
But
it
comes out. Let's say your opponent swings with a 11k body, no, 12k body.
Okay.
He swings with a 12k body. What does this do?
It crashes with him if you block.
You blast Evo into it and then you block.
You're the same size.
No, we're bigger.
Here's your cat.
We have. I mean, we're playing potentially a red or black deck. There are DP buffs everywhere in that.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so this is a secret rare from BT22. I just realized this. I didn't realize this was a secret rare when I saw it the first time.
Yep.
Kyoko Karimi. I do remember seeing her when I played Cyber Sleuth for an hour.
Yep.
Her shirt is interesting. So she's a 5-cost memory setter. All turns all turns when any of your level 4 or higher CS trait Digimon are deleted. By spending this Tamer, return one CS trait Digimon card from your trash to the hand. Your turn once per turn when the Tamer unsuspends. If you don't have Alphamon, the Tamer may Digivolve into Alphamon in the hand with the Evo cost reduced by 2.
God, I mean,
are we gonna get a CS Alpha? Is that what this is implying?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's in the game, I feel like he's gonna be CS.
that's the thing though. Alphamon's like a oh no. Well, yeah, I guess because I guess technically yes, because
She
spoilers
has
for the
CS
game.
trait, I feel like.
She is just Alphamon, so yeah, he'll probably just be CS.
Yeah, you guys explain the lore to me, which doesn't make any sense. Then we have Yugo
Kidnapping is
Kamishiro.
no joke.
It's not. On play of the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with the CS trait among to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Your turn, when any of your Digimon or Tamers with the CS trait would be played, by returning this Tamer to the bottom of the deck, reduce play cost by 2.
So, this is like... You're going to understand once I say it.
Okay.
This is the CS version of Tai Kari from BT17.
Yeah, the second effect immediately made me think of that card.
Yep. So it's an on-play searcher, which is pretty good. And then you get to play a Tamer. But instead of just doing it for free, it's just a reduced cost of 2.
It's crazy that for a character that's just in a coma for 99% of the game, they're like, let's give him a card.
Well, spoilers. Alright. Then we have Yuko Kamishiro. I guess she is
She's the Gaiomon Tamer.
Yeah. So she's a super rare. 4 cost. Start of main phase, your opponent's Digimon gain 1 memory. All turns, when attack targets change by spinning this Tamer, for the turn, your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect one of your Digimon with Greymon in its name or the CS trait, and it gets 3000 DP. The inheritable, all turns once per turn, when attack targets change its Digimon is Eater Eve, one of your Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn. Obviously, it's
boom, you got this. You got this, plus your Black War Greymon, boom, you're bigger. 12k bodies be damned.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool and all, whatever.
And then we lose on the next swing.
Yeah, I just...
Remember when...
I do not remember one.
Yeah, I remember when your internet cut out.
Alright, we'll move along and look at some of these arts while he's rebooting. So this is an alt art of the Chimera. This looks pretty.
Very pretty. Yep.
Then we have the 2-star Machinedramon.
I need it. Man.
Oh, here's the English version of the Chimera, and it's high quality.
That's really that is very pretty.
Yeah. Then we have the Vikemon that we're going to be getting for, I don't know, one of the pre-releases were coming up soon.
Yeah, for something.
Oh, BT22. So Cyber Eden right there.
Okay.
And then BT22 Piyoyomon. Your turn once per turn, when effects place Digimon cards with Aqua or Sea Animal and any of their traits in this Digimon sources, draw 1.
That's probably going to just be their new Tama.
I mean, Josh is not playing this. Josh is playing a memory gain Tama.
Oh, yeah, I guess the memory gain's better. Yeah. Because that extends your plays, yeah. Okay.
Then we have a new Sangomon. On play, by placing this Digimon as the bottom source of any of your other Digimon with Aqua or Sea Animal and any of their traits until your opponent's turn ends, that Digimon gains blocker and can't be deleted in battle. Inheritable jamming.
Ooh, now this one, I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, okay, yeah, I guess it is 2 different things, like the battle and the jamming.
It's
interesting.
Yeah, it's brand.
Hey, we need a blue inheritable. What do you think? Just jamming. Slap it on there.
All right, Brandon's back. Shellmon, decode level 3 with Aqua or Sea Animal in any trait. And then on play, when Digivolving, you may place 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with Aqua or Sea Animal and any of its traits from your hand as any of your Digimon's bottom source. Inheritable jamming.
Yep. Seems about right.
Yeah. And then we have a new Ryugumon who has decode level 5 with Aqua or Sea Animal in any trait. On play, when Digivolving, by placing 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with Aqua or Sea Animal and any of its traits from your hand as this Digimon's bottom source. One of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until their turn ends. All turns once per turn, when effects add to this Digimon's evolution cards, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck.
Seems okay. I don't remember what the other one does, but I mean, you played it, Sean. Is the older one better than this?
The old one is more generic. This is like specific to this kind of archetype. The old one has decode with blue level 5, whereas this one's like trait specific.
Gotcha.
And the old one bot decked itself to bot deck one of your opponent's Digimon, and then it decoded out. I don't know. It's hard to say. This the old one's probably better because the old one could bot deck 6s, and this one's capped at 5s.
5. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm surprised this thing doesn't have a jamming as an inheritable.
One day, dude. Then we have McMon. On play, the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Atmon trait and 1 card with Entertainment or Awakening trait among them to the hand. Turn the rest to the bottom of the deck. Link for 1 when linking. Trash any one source of one of your opponent's Digimon.
Alright, Sean, it's clearly MCmon. McMon, though, pretty funny.
I think they should have capitalized both letters if they wanted to say MCmon. That is McMon.
That's fair. Well, in the south, it's Macmon.
I hate people that say McDonald's. I'm like, where do you see an A?
Yes.
Imagine me and Brandon with our last names. There's no A. Where?
Yeah.
Where?
Macklin.
Yeah. Remember when this set was all about like the video game, and now it's Liberator and app?
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Roamon? I don't know. Who cares? Security at the end of the battle, play it, whatever. On play when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Link for 2 memory when linking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon.
This deck, I mean, there are going to be enough cards where they can just build an entire deck of just level 4s that all have security effects. Like, just to slap in the old Cordramons, the old Geo Greymons, like, and all these level 4 security Digimon, and then just play, like, Rookie Rush with these.
Well, Brandon played against a guy that was playing security control with exactly that, where it was
but imagine if consistently he had security Digimon in there.
A deck like that's never gonna work.
No, I know, but I'm just like, people are gonna try it.
Especially if we ever get side decks, dude.
The thing is,
you just side deck your Pillowmons and you're like, okay, you lose.
Alright, you're done.
But also at the same time, you're only ever gonna get 5 maximum, or I guess. The average of free Digimon is not as high as you think.
It is. I'm gonna be playing Magnamons. I'm gonna play Tactical Retreats. All that.
All of them.
Sounds like my round 1 opponent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna play. I'm just saying somebody will.
Well, I mean that somebody already did.
Yeah.
Oh, also since I was gone, real quick before you move on to him.
Oh, that's why I was quiet.
Scroll up to the Liberator level 2.
Why?
Just do it. Look at its set number.
So there's not a red level 2?
There is not a red.
Oh. Oh well.
Sad. That means we're not going to get a new Tama for Omni DNA.
I mean, red is the redheaded stepchild of the card game at this point. Like, it feels like it's the most under-supported. Green and black still kind of suck.
Black is still just sitting there.
They still suck, but, like, I don't know. Red just feels like it's just... I don't know. There was a time...
Red, you could at least be like, oh, it's like half the galaxy.
I guess. It's not even the good part of Galaxy. The good part's blue.
I mean Gallant...
Gallant is also blue. Don't you dare say Gallant.
I mean, the best... Yeah. I mean, Gallant's red, though. Most of Gallant deck is red.
Blue. No, Gallant... You're talking about Gallant X. Gallant is equal parts yellow, red, and blue. Why he's blue, who knows? But he is.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Tapmon. Your turn once per turn. When the Digimon gets linked, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. I think the draw is probably better.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah. Dreamon. All turns once per turn when the Digimon gets linked, your opponent's effects can't return one of your Digimon to the hand or decks until their turn ends. When linking, de-evo one of your opponent's Digimon.
Now, see, I like this one. This one's pretty good. The The best level 4 AF cards are both the black ones. Because Timon also de-digivolves, and then this one does the same thing.
Now, the Tama for the Atmon cards, he's set number 3. So I think we're actually getting 2 blue Tamas, or 2 yellow.
I mean, you could get a Sunamon, right?
Sunamon would be cool, yeah.
A War Greymon, hand main. If you have Nokia, one of your Omnimon digivolved into this card for a Digivolution cost of 6, ignoring Digivolution requirements. When digivolving, activate one of the effects below. One of your Gabumon may digivolve into Metal Garurumon in the hand without paying the cost, blah blah blah. Or delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. Inheritable when attacking, once per turn the Digimon has Omnimon in its name, trash your opponent's top security card.
Before I go into the spiel, go ahead and just read the next one.
Metal Garurumon, hand main, blah blah blah, Gabumon 6. When digivolving, activate one of the effects below. One of your Agumon may warp into War Greymon, or return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the hand. Inheritable when attacking, once per turn, the Digimon has Omnimon in its name, it unsuspends.
Okay. I am so torn on these cards. Because, obviously, this card, specifically the Melga, it's never going to replace BT21 Melga.
No.
And the fact that you have to digivolve both of them kind of feels bad. It is cheaper than the BT17, but it also requires a more expensive tamer. Unless you're stupid and you bought out the BT5 Nokia. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
Because every time Sean...
people.
Yeah, every time Sean posted gameplay of Alteress, it was always the same comment. Why aren't you playing Nokia?
Why aren't you playing Nokia?
Why aren't you playing Nokia? You're dumb. The Nokia's bad.
Yeah.
I see you in the comment typing that comment.
That Nokia's never been good, ever.
Anyway. Like, my initial feelings on these was disappointment. Because it does require a very expensive tamer. It requires you to have both level 3s on the board. And sure, the Nokia helps with that. But as it is right now, like, I still have the feeling that the 17s are just a little better at the moment. And especially once we get to the next card.
Yeah, the Omnimon is way worse than the Ace one.
Yeah, so as sitting right now, like, I could see the War Greymon making his way into the deck, because a secondary slot for War Greymon is tougher to, like, have. It's either this or BT14, and obviously I think this one's better. And I could actually potentially think about cutting the starter deck Agumon, because then I would have an Warp Agumon and an on-play Agumon. And that's fine. Or War Greymon, I think I kept saying Agumon.
I would like to point out that all of these are the CS trait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, they have to be, because the Gabumon searches CS trait and a card with Omnimon in the text.
You know what the problem is?
He's guaranteed to be a double grab.
You know what the problem is, Sean? And why Red is being like this? Because every single War Greymon for how many sets now has been some kind of Omni DNA support.
Yep.
Dude, the last time Red was competitive was when War Greymon was just himself. Yes. Why is he gotta be paired up with this dumb blue dog?
You got Adventure. Adventure, he was standalone.
Excuse me?
No, he's not. He's in Adventure. We're talking about we just want
It's a hero trait.
We just want War Greymon standalone. Give us Grey X back to 4.
I honestly think they should give us Grey X back to 4. I think at this point Greymon archetypes need it, and because of power creep of the game, I don't think it would be unfair.
No, I don't think it's... We've been on this train for a while.
Like, people are like,
it's fine.
It's gonna be so good. I'm like, it wasn't even that good to begin with. Like, it's not...
Also, Sean... I was gonna say, did you notice that in both of these artworks they were fighting both Black Wargreymon and Black Metal Garurumon?
Oh wow, I did not notice that because of the huge sample text across it. That is kind of cool. Yeah.
Are they rares?
Yeah, they are.
They are both rares, just like
cool.
in 15 or 17.
All I know is from what I've played against Brandon and what I've seen, I feel like those 2 cards are a little bit underwhelming and they require more than what the 17s require. But I've never played the deck, so I don't know. Now, the Omni art looks very cool. I just think it's just not as good as the Ace one. And I do, little shout out, it is red, white, and blue. Go America.
America.
So this one's interesting. Omnimon, it's a super rare. It is also CS trait. Fun fact. It DNA digivolves with level 6 with Greymon in name or level 6 with Garurumon in name. Blocker. It also has decode red or black level 3 and decode blue or yellow level 3. On play when attacking, not once per turn, assuming you can give this rush somehow. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. When digivolving for every 2 same level cards this Digimon's stack has, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck, and then this Digimon may attack.
Hold on, is there a way to get all
DNA.
4? Is there a way to get all 4 underneath him?
All 4 of what?
Well, you only get to pick one.
Yeah, it's
I
one,
thought you said
or
it's
black.
one of each of those rookies.
Or black, blue, or yellow.
Oh, you know what? Never. I guess they. I'm thinking more of the for every 2 same level cards. I guess they were like, if you play this in like a X antibody like deck where you're like Greymon, Grey X, and then you blah blah blah.
Yeah.
A DNA deck where you have 2 level 3s and 2 level 6s.
Right. Okay.
Although an X antibody deck still works out pretty well.
I just don't think it's as good as Ace. The Ace one. It just the Ace has way more removal.
This is CS support. Let's not forget this is a Cyber Sleuth top end.
Yes.
Like the thing is too. Also, he's a Royal Knight, so Royal Knight support confirmed. 15 play cost. Look at that, cheap.
That is horrific. I hope no one puts this in Royal Knights.
Yeah, that is a lot.
So also, if you notice, you get no benefit for DNA. You get the entire effect for just evolving.
Which
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
kind of lends itself to being more CS support than actual DNA Omni support.
Because the CS cards, if it plays like Galaxy, you're gonna have 2 level 3s, 2 level 4s, 2 level 5s, 2 level 6s. You're gonna get more as a CS card than an Omni DNA card.
Yeah.
As it stands, looking at this right now, I think I stick with Omni DNA specifically as the Ace and Alter S.
Yeah, it's going like a trap.
The new Alter S.
This is Nokia's Omnimon, so that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, look at it. The Transcendent Sword is at Tiger Vesp's throat. It's sick.
No, it just explains why this one might be a little bit weaker. It's just Nokia's.
Yeah. Yes. It's just Nokia's stupid Digimon.
Whoa. That's a stupid.
Why he say it like that?
And then we have Cyberspace Eden, which is a field spell for the CS trait. While you have no face-up security cards, you can ignore this card's color requirement. Security all turns, all Digimon with the CS trait get 2,000 DP. Main, add your bottom security card to the hand, then place this card face up as the bottom security card. Security effects, you may play one play cost 5 or lower card with the CS trait from hand without paying the cost. So that's Digimon and Tamer.
And
Tamers, yeah. And this plays to the top, so it's like island. This is just basically island.
This goes on the bottom.
Oh, bottom? Okay, it's not as good. I like island because it puts it to the top. So I can immediately get, like, if my opponent swings into it, I immediately get something out of it.
Yeah, I agree. There's a benefit to, if you do something that tucks to the bottom, it stays there longer, so you get the all turns effect for a longer period of time.
Yeah. But I'd rather, it's like, 2,000 DP is cool, but, like, I'm playing it more just to hopefully get this free play, which is going to hopefully be one of your tamers. Like, this plays out the 5-cost secret. I can't remember her name. Plays her for free. You get your Alphamon tamer right away. Yeah, you go.
You do,
Goku.
but I don't really know if that benefits you that much.
No, I mean, for that strategy, I guess.
For that choice that you're making.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this card is pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, this is like whatever. I think it's funny. It occurred to me when I was reading this card that Invisimon actually counters these kinds of cards because you have to have no face-up security cards in order to ignore the color requirement. And Invisimon flips your security face-up.
Right.
Kind of amusing. Like
That's funny.
It is amusing.
Can't play this card.
Oh man, I can't activate my really, really bad field spell card.
Yeah,
I
will
just
not
wish-
be able to win the game like this.
I just wish they would release an art for Invisimon. I'd really like to be able to see it.
One day.
The joke's on you because they have that awful promo.
Oh yeah, they do have that awful promo, you're right.
The only thing that would make my day better is if they announced that we get a new level 4, like a Greymon and a Garurumon, and both of them let you play a CS team in the cost. That's about the best I could hope for now for reveals.
A girl can dream. Comment questions. Justin So 8231, Sean, Brandon, and Chris, best anime trio.
Except for one of us is a fake fan, doesn't watch anime except Dragon Ball.
Sean is
watched-
the straight man. He's the straight and narrow man in the group.
I watched Digimon. I told you, dude, back in my day, you had to actually turn the TV on when it was airing, and if you missed it, you just couldn't watch it.
You're like a few years older than us. What do you mean? You're multiple years older than Brandon. I think you're only 3 or 4 than me. Yeah, I think it's 3.
It was a
either
struggle.
way. Yeah, you gotta turn on your TV.
Yeah.
His back actively pops every time he gets out of bed.
No, but you know, it does get stiff and stuff.
It has stopped him from coming to locals a few times.
Oh yeah, it has. Every once in a while, my back will be like, "Hey, dog, you're gonna be laying in bed for the next couple of days." And
Have
I'm
you
like,
considered being immobilized?
Yeah, it's only happened to me it's happened to me like a handful of times in my life, but when it does happen, it's like debilitating. Like I cannot move. Arif Subkey. Sorry. You can have your War Greymon back with Agumon BT21 07.
I'm not playing a bad card, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's referring to my inability to recycle War Greymons.
Yeah, you just play the Medusa Agu. God, get good, Brandon. So stupid.
It recycles literally nothing in the deck but the War Greymon.
Global Digital Empire. The card shuffling noise right in the mic is great. You are very welcome. I'm happy to
ASMR,
oblige.
bro.
Yes.
Was that you, Sean?
It was 100% me.
Yeah.
I have cards all around me on my desk, and when we're talking, I just want something to do with my hands. So a lot of times I'll just be shuffling cards.
Just give us a little taste.
I don't think you can hear mine.
Yeah, the difference is my mic is like right here, and like my hands are like right here. So like I think I was probably doing this.
Yeah.
But like, what do I do with my hands?
It's literally just a stack of ADR searchers I just have sitting here. Yeah.
Buy them.
They're not even for sale. They're not sitting on the for sale area. Doru3428, thank you for being a channel member. Yeah, I've been testing Negamon on Drazel for a bit, and that's exactly it. If you can avoid it, you don't want to use the effect to place back eggs to move because it sets you so far back and turns off your good effects like Rareramon being able to play Abdomon for free on deletion.
Yeah, I watched the
hate
video
that name so much.
I watched the video of how the deck played. It is very interesting.
I just really hate how you say that name too.
Rareramon?
Instead of saying Rareramon, you're saying Rareramon.
How about
change it?
I got you, dude. How about Rareramon?
I hate you.
Rareramon.
Rarimon.
Rarimon.
Yeah, exactly. Rarimon. Benjamin Wiseman 6567. I don't like that the Alter S repeated combo is completely unstoppable, but I have to hope that it's difficult to set it up. Either way, I wish Bandai would stop making decks like that.
Not me.
You literally just have to hope they don't have multiple Alteresses in hand.
I mean,
Omni DNA go burr.
it's no different than like any other deck like high rolling you. Because like even if you have like aces in your deck, the odds of you being able to stop them from doing that are pretty low, considering it removes stuff as it goes into the first one.
Yep.
And people aren't playing security options anyway, so like that, honestly, like it's no different than just any other deck high rolling you. Tony Pino 18, the new tie-in mat is intended for the new Alter S when it spits out the level 6 sources.
It's still bad.
We know.
As somebody who plays the deck, it's still bad.
Yeah, Doro3428 responded and said, true, but the BT17 mat and tie have the exact same all turns and a better secondary effect, so it's only better in the adventure engine.
And even then, I would argue that it's not that great in the adventure engine.
He responded and said the old mat and tie won't work if Digimon are simultaneously played, as it states when one of Digimon is played or digivolves. That is not true.
Okay, so hear me out. This is how this works. They both get played.
Yes.
Hold on, you're not a judge. Sean is. I want to hear this from Judge Sean.
Judge Sean. Where are your credentials? Make sure we show them off. You have your placard?
I actually do have my certificate like in my email.
You need to print that thing out. Carry it with you.
I probably would if I had a printer, but I don't own a printer.
Damn.
I would just put it like behind me. Something stupid like that. So you're interpreting that. You're interpreting the wording on that card the same way Ben does sometimes on cards, where he's like, well, it says this, and it has to mean exactly that, right? No, you can do it with two Digimon. One of your Digimon is being played. Just because another one's also being played doesn't mean you can't trigger the effect.
You know what's really funny about this?
Yeah.
And I don't mean to keep piling on you, or Tony Pino. Both cards are worded the exact same.
Are they?
The exact same. Word for word.
I just assumed they were worded differently based on his response.
I checked. Remember, you guys probably don't remember this, but last week I trailed off to myself. I was like, oh, I need to go check something. And just stopped listening to you guys for like 2 minutes. I was checking to see if they were worded exactly. They're worded exactly the same. Yeah.
So, the BT17 tie and mat is better. Like that new one is Garbo.
It's got a better alt art.
I don't know. I like the movie alt art of the BT17.
Yeah, the BT17,
but don't they match? Don't the color scheme and everything match?
Whatever, dude.
For an OCD level, I prefer the EX. But for pure art and aesthetic, BT7.
Because it's a white tamer background.
Oh, that's right.
Really
okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Brand's poor and doesn't own any.
I was gonna say you don't get to see it because Brand doesn't own it.
Yeah. It's the only deck he plays. Why is it not tricked out?
I am surprised because if I had played that deck for several months, I would have blinked it out because that's what happens if I play a deck long enough.
He bought the freaking binders for the alt arts for those cards, but the rest of the deck is not tricked out.
I had to buy one binder.
Whatever, you bought the binder.
Also, I did fact check myself, so Tony, delete this comment that you're writing right now.
They're not worded the same.
There's a one-word difference. It's when any of your Digimon are played versus when one of your Digimon are played.
Yeah. Fun fact, that is interchangeable. That's just because two are being played at the same time doesn't mean one of them isn't being played.
Yeah, imagine just not being able to play your card because of English.
It only says when one of them is being played. I can't think of anything specific, but that makes me think of when Ben and me disagree on rulings because he's a super stickler for the wording, and I'm like, we're lucky the cards even kind of say what they're supposed to mean. Man. Like, I wouldn't be a stickler for the language on there.
We've been through with the translation guy. He is struggling.
Yeah, we already have a preemptive errata for Alter S. Shaded Dane, thanks for all the content and podcasts that helped me get back into the game. For Sean, any chance or plans to show off your take on Beelzemon? Yes, I do intend on playing it in the near future. I'm gonna borrow Ben's cards, so it's all pretty because I'm not gonna buy all.
Is it still losing to Bloom?
I believe so. I can actually double check this really easily. Yes, but it's actually really close. It's 58% Bloom, 42% Beals. What I'm going to do is whatever deck doesn't win, I'm just going to play it the following week. I think I'm going to start doing that.
Is this going to be the first green deck you ever play?
Yes.
That's
Nice.
I mean, we can't count Imperial because it's very clearly mostly blue.
Yeah, I don't consider...
I meant just pure green. It isn't just green.
It is the first green deck I've ever built.
Nice.
And actually, like, brought to locals. I actually put Bloom together, like, a couple of years ago, and I just was like, I don't like this, and just never went anywhere. Yeah. That was before he got a whole bunch of new toys and stuff, though. Like, it's pretty ridiculous the things you can do with that deck now.
Yeah.
SC Marth, lore question. Does anyone know if Gaimon from the Hero deck is the same Gaimon, which is the fusion of Galacti and Earth?
Adaptive Reasoning replied, and they sum it up perfectly. So
yeah, Adaptive Reasoning said, nope, we have yet to see the Galacti's long fade with level 7. He tried to merge Eat the Earth in one of the games to evolve, but the heroes stop him. Atmon technically aren't Digimon lore-wise, but the name Gaimon wasn't nailed down, so they used it. I think if Galacti gets its Evo, they change the name to Terramon, Roman instead of Greek, or some other Earth god just to avoid confusion in the card game.
most likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Digimon World 2.
Correct. Where you had the really, really awful dungeon mechanics.
No, I'm sorry. Digimon World 3. Galactic Mon.
Rod H. Geralto? Reverse power creep. Yeah, I'm assuming something like the Mat and Tie and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it happens every so often. Like, EX7 was reverse power creep. Like, that was after we got, like, several sets in a row that were meta warping / defining. And they were like...
It always comes with that same issue. We always talk about it. If you make new cards that are bad, nobody plays them because they're bad.
Yeah.
So you're just printing a wasted set for everybody to keep playing the same deck they've been playing since the last good set.
Yes. Ashes Fall 9530. Thank you for being a channel member. Unfortunately for Ultras, Red Purple Imperial Digimon craps all over it. I responded and said, good thing that deck is inconsistent. Right, Ben? Then they responded and said, not the ones I play against. They're locking me out of play on either turn 2 or 3 every game. They're high rolling the bejesus out of you. That is not...
Either that or they're cheating. That deck is unfortunately cheat heavy if they think they're getting away with, like, oh, end of turn swing, end of turn DNA, end of turn swing.
I mean, that was literally accidental cheating. Them being able to go into Imperial Digimon would require some pretty specific kind of cheating where they're like putting cards in their trash when you're not paying attention. So I feel like you'd probably notice if someone was cheating in that manner.
No, I think Brandon just called every red purple Imperial player cheaters.
Yeah, it kind of
including
like
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, it turns out my burner account was that guy from last week who went into every comment and was like, did you guys know that guy was cheating? Did you know?
Did you know?
Oh, can we get some evidence? Fails to.
Yeah. Doesn't elaborate, leaves. Disaster, which this is AJ. Damn, I didn't know I made Chris that salty.
I'm just saying we should ban War Growlmon Ace. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's what he's talking. I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, is this about the tournament starting late? But yeah, it's the War Growlmon Ace blowing up your floodgates and then him killing you.
A bastard.
I was so confused. Kyle Newey 9278. I pulled Shade Rivals Analog Boy for my only regional in Niagara. Better than me. I am gonna get some more packs. I have some more chances to pull some Garbo event pack cards.
More Quartzmons?
Yeah. Dude, why
more BB-Mons?
No, I will guarantee get a BB-Mon because it's a participant card.
Oh, yes, participant.
Yeah. Damien Carr 168, thank you for being a channel member. You were getting a pre-release for EX9 as a celebration event specifically for this EX9 set. I cannot wait. I'm super excited. I actually tried to respond to this comment, but YouTube didn't post it for some reason. Yeah, I love pre-releases. I think they're really fun. I like sealed formats.
Maybe if EX9 wasn't hot Garbo.
I mean, we're gonna have Black War. No, it's EX10, right? Dude, I can't remember if I talked about this on the pod, but I know I've told you guys. I hate that they're revealing like 3 or 4 sets at a time now. I can't. I have no idea what cards are in what set now, because they're like, hey, we haven't finished the X9 reveals, but here's like cards from 3 sets from now we're gonna reveal. Here you go.
I mean,
I'm like,
we are officially done with EX9. Like, that is wrapped.
Okay, but I don't remember what's in EX9 and what's not, because I've seen cards from the next like 2 or 3 sets after that.
That's because you're not interested in anything in EX9.
Well, yeah, it's Machine Dramon the set.
It's Alteress.
With a little bit of Abido.
It's Alteress, right? Isn't Alteress in that set?
Yeah.
Okay, I legitimately didn't know anymore because, like I said, I'm very confused. Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Alteress is like the only card from that set I'm interested in.
Same. I really hope that Alteress actually works in an Alteress deck and not just like a really good top end for Adventure. That's going to be kind of annoying, but whatever.
Yeah. I will say, Sean, I have gone under your nose, and I have already spoken with most people at our locals, and if they pull Alteress, they're coming to me first.
Okay.
Okay.
If I pull it, you can have it for $100.
No!
A Gaggle Oz, thank you for being a channel member. A new errata lets you redirect into any of your Digimon, which includes Armageddonmon and all of your rookies and stuff, to trigger on deletion effects to gain memory play tokens. It also gives you something to fall back on if your D gets removed, because all your tokens lose block if D goes away. I didn't like it much when I first saw it, but it does get better the more I think about it. I disagree. I responded to him and said, I think it's not worth making room for India. The redirect isn't completely awful, but there's better cards you could play in its place. And he says,
I guess we'll just have to wait and find out.
Yeah, I would rather play most of the other cards that you would play in the deck. Like, I just don't think it does anything for the deck. Like, cool, it's an errata that you can set your memory. He also responded and said that he realized it doesn't have Diaboromon. It doesn't have Diaboromon or unidentified in its text or something. So you can't search it off of. Yeah, it's unsearchable in the deck, which is hilarious.
What? I thought one of the
cards search unidentified or Dia.
One of the Caramons can search them, I'm pretty sure. The BT5, I believe, searches for errata specifically. But the newer searching Caramon doesn't.
Oh.
It sucks. It's not a Dia card. It's an Eater card.
Go next comment question.
That's the last one. It's not not a Dia card. I'm sorry. I wish it were. I built Dia before. I think it's a cool archetype, but it's not a Dia card.
So upset.
It is an Eater card. An unidentified Eater. It's like saying Quartzmon is Dia support because it's an unidentified.
Good point. Counterpoint. Salteress looks really good.
Yeah, that's just the 1-star, right?
Yeah, so we don't even know what the SP is going to be looking like.
Yeah, that is really pretty. Wish I'd known ahead of time that it was coming out. I would have saved money. More than a couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh, they're still revealing cards. We just got something 20 minutes ago.
Instead, you went ahead and got Bloom.
Oh yeah. So
did you trick that deck out?
Yeah. So Max Rarity Bloom was less than $300 to just buy. So I was like, okay, why not? I was surprised. It was so ridiculous. Considering that I don't have any of those cards, that is very cheap.
Yeah.
Is it truly max rarity?
There are not any SPs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that was before SPs.
No, I'm saying there's no SPs in the deck. It is. Although I will say I already have puppet alts and I didn't want to buy SP puppets. Yeah, there's like a couple of cards you could technically get a higher rarity of, like SP Puppets and stuff, but it's...
Are you playing Quantum?
No.
Probably not.
Quantumon's a trap. I have the alternate Quantumons, though. They're only like a couple bucks. But yeah, I wouldn't play Quantumon. Just because it's a green fairy doesn't mean it should go in that deck.
Yeah, and I think it's like a 5 to Digivolve, right?
Yeah, if you pay for it, yeah. But yeah, it doesn't do anything. Like, I would much rather end on a bloom and hit you for like big damage, or just end on a 5 and ace you.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think because Todd doesn't really come to our locals, and there was a long period where he never came because he wasn't playing the game. The only other bloom player that went to our locals wasn't the most optimal deck builder. So we've seen a lot of cards in that deck that probably shouldn't have been in the deck.
I mean, I definitely think it was the second best level 6 for the deck at the time. But now there's so many better cards.
Maybe. It's hard to say. It's between that and Hydrocy.
Oh, well, he was playing both.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, I have room in my deck for 6 level 6s.
Yeah, being
4 bloom, 2 puppet.
A little crazy.
Yeah, 4 bloom, 2 puppet. That is accurate.
And then, are you? No, you're not playing Zephyr Ace. No, because that's a level 6. Okay, yeah, so you're not playing that.
Probably not, no. I like Puppet because it's a vegetation, so it's searchable with like all of your archetype support. And it's still a really good ace. Like it's not as powerful as Zephyga, but it's still really good.
Alright, Brandon, go ahead. Get us out of here.
What are you making a face for, Brandon?
People are already cooking with the NA stuff, and I keep seeing things on my Facebook feed about it. And people are putting Adventure Tie in the deck, just because I guess when you swing, you draw a card. And I was just thinking, like,
that's
it's actually not a bad call.
I guess. I don't really see how that helps you.
I mean, you run the black tie because it lets you draw a card, and it gives you 2,000 DP when you redirect.
That's fair.
Drawing a card every time you swing is way more consistent.
Well, I was going to say, with the tie as well, can't you just bottom deck it to play one of the Agus and Gabus, so that's like a way to have the second one?
I only can play adventure trait cards.
What he said.
Well, aren't there adventure Agus and Gabus?
Specifically the starter deck one. That's it. And even then, I'm pretty sure he only plays it from your hand, so you can't... If it's in your trash, like, Miraculous is better.
He just plays it from your hand. Dude, imagine he plays it from...
Well, my bad for trying to think of why it's in there, okay?
Yeah, don't let it happen again, okay?
Yeah, I was just like, thinking, like, why didn't I think of that? It's just a more consistent draw card.
It also gives you more colors, although I guess you didn't have any other...
Not black, white, either way.
Yeah, you don't have any other black tamers.
I mean, I have other white tamers with Taikari, but who cares?
That's never going to be on the field.
I had to leave it on the field in the last tournament we played. I had to play it from my hand, so I had 3 colors, and I could warp my Agu without Chris having anything on the board.
Yeah, you never left it on the field versus me. Anytime I've ever seen you play it, you're just like, all right, and end of turn. I'm like, yep.
Sometimes, like, it comes up to have the extra colors. Sometimes it's just, hey, I get to play my tamer for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might throw in a BT20 tie or BT21 tie.
Hey, that lets you play the 2-star that you have.
Hey.
How much are those?
Well, I gotta get a second 2-star so they match.
You probably should have done that before it won the regional, but let's see. They're probably going back down because people are like, yeah, this deck still sucks.
This deck is super high rolly.
Yeah, they're $106 for the cheapest.
Yep. Damn. 34 for the BT17.
That's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised you never picked those up, because there was a period, I think, where they were about 25 a piece, or maybe around 30, and you could have...
The problem is, the one that's listed there is an unverified seller. The only verified seller is $47. He has 3, and then I have to buy from another verified seller for $47.
I'm not saying buy it now, though I still think you should. I'm saying I'm surprised you never bought it when it was cheaper.
Yeah, they're never going down now.
Yeah,
Not for a very long time.
because that was yet another set that we didn't get a lot of. Let's see. Yeah, there was a solid period of time where they were less than $30.
Yep. I know.
You could add a playset for 120, dude. Every time you played it, you could have been happy.
Yep.
Could have been giving you the good brain juice.
I'll probably slowly pick them up. It's just not something I want to pull the trigger all at once.
Your deck would be more consistent too.
Yeah, dude. Did you know that the higher rarity your cards are, the better you draw? That's a fact.
Yeah. All right, Chris. At least make yourself look like you're not a total bum. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a long day.
It's gonna be a tall ask.
I know. I'm saying.
Nice.
Nice. All right, boys.
Later.
All right. Later.
I'll talk to y'all later.